Okay. So, uh, our subject is introduction to inventory management. Our subject is inventory management and material requirement planning. Okay. So this is the subject which we are going to talk about, which we are going to discuss, and why this subject is important. Okay. So before I give you the importance of this subject, let's run through what do you mean by inventory? What do you mean by inventory? Okay. Inventory is nothing but inventory is nothing but goods which are held for sale, goods which are held for sale. For example, goods which are held for sale. When I am talking about goods which are held for sale, for example, you take the example of Bajaj Auto. You take the example of Bajaj Auto. So there may be Bajaj Auto may be having a goods which is two wheeler, So they manufacture two wheeler and they keep these two wheelers after they are manufacturing in a warehouse from where it is sold. So that is the meaning of the word goods meant for sale. Next one is goods which are consumed in the production of goods and services. Raw material which is consumed in the production of goods and services. For example, when I am talking about Bajaj Auto manufacturing a two wheeler, there are so many raw materials. So in this case, the raw material is various components which go into the manufacturing of the final product, which is a two wheeler or a bike. In the same way, if there is a company which is manufacturing sugar, for them the raw material is sugar cane. If the company is manufacturing sugar, for them the raw material is sugar cane, and they have enough inventory of sugar cane to manufacture sugar. Okay, this is the meaning of raw material. And in case of a real estate industry or construction industry, in case of a construction industry, okay, there are so many companies which are there into construction, like real estate companies are there, which are listed on the stock market, and all these big companies, very big companies, they're in uh, their sales are running into thousands of crores. Their sale is running into thousands of crores. So they have raw material. What is the raw material in case of a construction industry or real estate? It is steel, cement, and other products and other allied products. Now this is the third example. Now in case of a company like for example, uh, DMart. DMart. It's a listed company. So if you go to DMart, you can see there is enough inventory or more than adequate inventory of various finished goods which are meant to be sold. And this is a company which is into into retail. Sorry, which is into retail. So they have finished goods which are meant to be sold. Another example is your Pantaloon, okay, or Big Bazaar. So these are big companies. They have raw material, they have finished goods, they are into retail industries, they are supposed to be sold. I will give you one more example, because see, when I'm talking about inventory management, and you should know inventory used by different sectors. Okay, another example I will give you. Okay, the example goes like this. For example, there is a company by name Tata Steel. Okay, Tata Steel is into the manufacturing of iron and steel. So to manufacture iron and steel, to manufacture iron and steel, okay, there are so many raw materials. Okay, and the prominent among them is iron ore, and coal or coke, whatever you can call it. Okay, these are the major raw materials. So this raw material is also a inventory, and the finished goods they are manufacturing also is a inventory. also is a inventory. Finished goods also is an inventory. Okay, this is another example. Another example is you are a company working in Lenovo. You are a person working in Lenovo. So Lenovo is manufacturing, for example, laptops. To manufacture laptops, there are various components. There are various components. So these components are the raw material, I will call it, which goes into the manufacturing of the finished product. So this is the finished product, and these are the raw material, which is called as inventory. Okay. So another example I will give you. For example, a company which is Hindustan Unilever Limited. I think you have heard about this company. This company is into the manufacturing of various products like detergents, soaps, toothpaste, tooth powder, and many products. So hundreds of products they are manufacturing. Hundreds of products they are manufacturing. So they have to maintain raw material for production of the finished goods, and the finished goods once they are manufactured, they have to be stored in the warehouse before they are sold. So they become a part of inventory. I will give you one more example. So what I mean to say is, when I'm talking about inventory, every company has a investment which is done in raw material, which is done in the finished goods, and they have to manage this inventory properly. Now, why to maintain? What are the advantages of maintaining proper inventory? We'll see as we move ahead in the future when we are talking about the subject in detail. Another example I will give you, because examples are the ones which make you understand the concept. That is what is my personal feeling. For example, if you you go to a college, and you are going to the college and you go to canteen. Now canteen is the place where you eat food. So food is served to you, food is served to you. This is the finished goods manufactured and sold to you. And at the same time they have so many materials, raw materials like potato, onions, and many other things, from and other things eat up, from where the raw material is converted to finished goods. So they have inventory here also, which is the raw material. They have the inventory here also, which is finished goods. After they manufacture, they serve and sell the goods. So this is another example in front of you, which is an inventory. Now another example is, now today, let's take a small example of pani puri dukan. A small example on pani puri. The guy who is manufacturing or is preparing pani puri for you, he is he is having so many raw materials. I think you might have seen a pani puri dukan like this. It is stored potatoes here, chips here, farsan here, murmure here, so on and so forth. So, and then there is a stove here where the finished goods are put on stove, and heat is converting them into finished goods like pani puri, aloo puri. So this is the raw material. So this is nothing but inventory, and there is a huge investment made by him in inventory. So there is a huge investment which is made by him in inventory. Huge investment which is made by him in inventory. So once he is making a huge amount of investment in inventory, his intentions are very clear that he wants to convert this investment into sales and sell the goods immediately and then encash it. So here comes a concept called as operating cycle. Here we come across a topic called as operating cycle. Operating cycle is very important cycle, or manufacturing. This is also called as manufacturing cycle. This is also called as a manufacturing cycle, and on top of it, this is also called as cash conversion cycle. Cash conversion cycle. We will all, they are synonyms. They are the same concepts. Let's understand one by one these concepts. Okay. Now operating cycle. In the second semester, when we are talking about financial management, you might have heard about this cycle called as operating cycle. Operating cycle starts with raw material. Raw material is converted into work in progress. Work in progress is converted into finished goods, and finished goods are sold to the seller who is buying them. And here the buyer who is buying can buy it on cash basis or on credit basis. So if he's paying on cash basis, nothing, but he's getting cash, and cycle stops here, and then you purchase the raw material and then convert into work in progress, then finished goods. If it's not a cash buying on cash basis, he's buying on the credit basis, or we are selling him to him on credit basis, we call it him as a debtor, and from the debtor we are going to get money or cash after some time, and this is converted into cash after 2 months, something like that. This is called as operating cycle. Operating cycle is nothing but raw material is converted to work in progress, work in progress is converted into finished goods, finished goods are sold, and it is converted into debtors or cash, and then again the cycle moves continuously, it will not stop. So here you have three important elements: raw material stage, work in progress stage, and finished goods stage. All these three stages we have inventory. We have inventory. We have inventory. Here also we have inventory. Here also we have inventory, and here also we have inventory. So this inventory is there, which is meant to be converted into finished goods and to be sold, and then we are going to get cash, and again we are going to purchase raw material, and the cycle moves continuously like this. So what our intentions are, the cycle should be very fast. The cycle should be very fast. We have to purchase the raw material fast. We have to convert the raw material into work in progress fast. We have to convert the work in progress into finished goods fast. You have to sell the goods to the seller, to the buyer, sorry, very fast, and then converted them into cash immediately. Then again purchase the raw material. Then again convert them into work in progress, and again converted them into finished goods. So this particular process continues, and we are very clear now that inventory is meant to be sold. Inventory is to be converted into work in progress, and work in progress should be converted to finished goods, and finished goods should be sold. Because if you don't sell, then your amount will be, your investment will get stuck. Your investment will get stuck. So your investment will get badly stuck, and you will run short of money, you will run short of cash, and you will not be in a position to pay the salaries, wages, so on and so forth. So that is the reason why inventory is very, very important, very, very important. Hope you have understood it. I will give you one more example. For example, a tailor is there. A tailor is there. A tailor. So for him, raw material is cloth. So cloth is there. He converts them into work in progress, and then he will convert into finished goods like shirts, pants, etc., etc. So this is the raw material. Also is the inventory. Work in progress also is inventory, and the finished products which are manufactured like shirts, pants also is a part of your inventory. And this is also, there is an investment made in cloth. He has made investment in work in progress, and in shirts and pants also he has made investment. Okay, hope you have understood it. So that's the reason uh, inventory is very, very important. Now, why inventory is again very, very important, let's understand with small example. Another example which you will understand it. Okay, now I think you have visited Big Bazaar. You have visited your Big Bazaar as well as D-Mart. Okay, now if you go to Big Bazaar, and if you if you observe carefully, okay, if you observe very carefully, what you have observed is this is a Big Bazaar. This is the Big Bazaar or D-Mart, and there are various goods which are meant to be sold. Like, so I will not go into the details. What are those goods? There are n number of variety of goods which are there, and they are so meant to be sold. And this value of these goods in a particular branch in Chinchwad in Pune, they have so many branches across the country. So I have taken one example of Chinchwad, Pune. And here the goods worth in this DMart is some 50 crores. 50 crores. Now, if they are able to sell these goods very fast, then they are making quick profit, and the profit cycle is fast. The profit cycle is also fast, and on top of it, they are able to sell the goods, and the inventory levels are decreasing, and then they are even replenishing replenishing very fast. So that's the meaning of the importance of inventory. Hope you have understood it. With these several examples what I have given, I will let's talk about some more aspects of it. Now, inventory management, what are the objectives? There are several objectives in inventory management, but some of the inventory management objectives are this one: minimize investment in inventory. Minimize investment in inventory. So I will give a small example. Okay, the example is, for example, there are three company. There is a company DMart. Again, I am taking the example of DMart. At the beginning of the day, in the morning, when the shutters were lifted and they opened the shop or the office or the retail outlet, the total inventory in DMart was
Hello.